Title: The Weight of Shadows. I stood at the threshold of my childhood home, the familiar door creaking open like a forgotten tomb. The air was thick with the scent of dust and disdain, memories flooding back, sharp, stinging recollections of laughter and mockery. It had been years since I saw their faces, years since I had been spat upon with disbelief. The ridicule had echoed in my mind long after I fled their laughter that day. The day I became a pariah for my obsession with the unseen, the underground. "You're obsessed with ghosts, Jerry," my father bellowed, laughing as if he were choking on a joke too rich to digest. "You'll lose your mind chasing shadows, like a madman on a fool's errand." He wasn't the only one. My mother, her gaze a piercing dagger, chimed in. "What a disgrace! Why can't you focus on something real? You'll end up alone in the dark, just like those lunatics you study." I had retreated underground after the subway collapse, the tragic result of my cowardice. I was labeled a liar, a scapegoat for a system that had crumbled beneath the weight of its secrets. In the subterranean depths, I found solace among the shadows, mapping haunted corridors, charting spectral routes where whispers of lost souls lingered. It was there that I uncovered truths that should have remained buried. But the shadows welcomed me, their weight a familiar embrace. But today I would return. I had become something more than they understood, an expert in subterranean spectral cartography, a pioneer in uncovering the hidden horrors of our world. I was no longer the disgrace they had cast me as. I held proof of the very monsters that had haunted my childhood. I was the herald of their reckoning. As I stepped inside, the atmosphere turned electric, charged with an unwelcome tension. My family was gathered, a collection of faces frozen in disbelief as they processed the stranger before them. Gone was the timid man they once knew. In his place stood a survivor, a harbinger of darkness, bearing the scars of his journey. "Jerry?" my sister whispered, the name tasting foreign on her tongue. Her eyes darted between the man I had become and the boy they had ridiculed. "Is it really you?" "It is," I replied, my voice steady but laced with the haunting echoes of my past. "I've come to show you what you mocked, what you never believed existed." Their laughter dimmed, curiosity replacing derision as I began to unpack my findings. I spoke of spectral commuters and the cursed tunnels beneath our city, of the echoes of vanished maintenance crews that were now trapped in the liminal space between this world and the next. I could see their skepticism. The incredulous glances passed between them like secret notes in class. But then the air shifted, thickening with dread. I unfurled my maps, revealing the intricate patterns of ghostly trails I had documented. With every detail I recounted, the atmosphere grew heavier, as if the shadows themselves had come to eavesdrop on my words. Suddenly, the lights flickered, bathing us in an eerie half-darkness. I watched as their faces paled, fear creeping into their features, and a tight knot formed in my stomach. I turned to the window, watching the shadows elongate in the dim light, twisting like fingers grasping for something just out of reach. "Jerry, stop!" my mother pleaded, her voice trembling. "This isn't funny." But I couldn't stop. An overwhelming urge pushed me to reveal the truths I had unearthed. "You need to see what lies beneath," I urged. "What you dismissed as madness is real, and now it comes for those who refuse to acknowledge it." In that moment, the lights went out completely. A suffocating darkness enveloped us, and from the shadows came a low, sinister rumble. It was the sound of something crawling, slithering just beneath the surface, a dark reflection of the fears I had long battled. My family huddled together, their laughter replaced with terrified gasps as something materialized in the corner of the room, emerging from the inky blackness. A spectral figure, its face obscured by a tangle of shadows, drifted closer, and I felt a chill ripple through the air. "Do you see it now?" I whispered, the words echoing in the silence. "This is what I faced, what you laughed at. This is the cost of your disbelief." Their eyes widened in horror, recognition dawning as they beheld the truth I had spent years deciphering. The specter hovered before them, an apparition of those lost in the tunnels I had grown to know intimately. It extended a shadowy hand, reaching for them, and I knew then the weight of their ridicule had summoned this reckoning. "Jerry!" my father shouted, backing away, his bravado stripped bare. "Make it go away!" But it was too late. They had mocked not only my pursuit, but also the very existence of darkness that now surrounded us like a shroud. I had survived the harrowing depths, and my knowledge was now their curse to bear. With a final, lingering gaze, I turned away, leaving them to confront the shadows they had dismissed. I stepped back into the light, feeling a sense of vindication wash over me. I had achieved what they had deemed impossible, yet it had come at a cost. As the door closed behind me, the echoes of their screams lingered in the air, a haunting reminder of the consequences of disbelief. I walked away, no longer the disgrace they once knew, but a harbinger of truth, a testament to the horrors that lurked beneath the surface. The world might have feared me, but I had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, now carrying the burdens of those shadows like a crown upon my head.